Considering the social, scientific, and economic implications, man should return to the moon in the year 2020. This is because the moon has many natural resources and the potential to unite countries on Earth. Two NASA executives are Rocky Lind and Peter Griffin, and they believe that exploring the moon is not that expensive when you consider the potential benefits for everybody on Earth. However, Lawrence Krauss and Alistair Gunn think that putting man on the moon is too expensive, dangerous, and unnecessary. If man is to return to the moon in the year 2020, they're going to have to invest hundreds of billions of dollars. The project will be called the Orion Project. Lawrence Krauss, who is against sending man to the moon, is a foundation professor in the School of Earth and Space Exploration. He points out that the Orion Project will cost over $100 billion to create and won't accomplish anything more than an unmanned mission would, from a scientific standpoint. He stresses that unmanned missions would be much cheaper because they don't have to sustain human life, house astronauts, or the cargo needed to sustain astronauts living. Krauss cites that NASA has been irresponsible with funds in the past when they built the International Space Station. The International Space Station cost over $100 billion to create and has proven little more than the fact that man is able to sustain life 200 miles above the Earth's surface for extended periods of time of up to 6 months. There is nothing that has been discovered in the International Space Station that cannot have been discovered on Earth. Another opponent to the moon exploration trip in 2020 is Alistair Gunn. Alistair Gunn explains, quote, "The agency needs an additional $3 billion per year to develop its Orion launch system into a viable a system for lunar exploration," end quote. Gunn is not against all space travel, but he thinks Mars would be a much more worthy destination for NASA. This is because Mars's atmosphere and surface are full of minerals and resources, while the moon's surface soil is drier than the driest soil on Earth. Krauss and Gunn are not against solar exploration, but they believe unmanned vessels would be a much wiser decision. They think that sending manned missions to Mars is simply glory-seeking. One of the many people in favor of the Orion mission is Rocky Lind. Rocky Lind is the Information and Communication Coordinator for NASA. His reason for exploring the moon is that the moon has the potential to be colonized, and more certainly holds the secret to the Earth-Moon system and the secret to the development of the solar system. He explains that the only way to study space's effect on humans is to put humans in space. The quest for the moon will also unite many nations in the goal of landing people on the moon, and these nations will work together peacefully towards a common goal. This will potentially reduce the risk of war between these nations. Furthermore, this will inspire, educate, and draw interest to the public in the field of astronomy. NASA Administrator Dr. Michael Griffin supports the Orion mission. He has 5 master's degree and a PhD. He believes that the Orion mission will simply cost each American an average of $60 per year. Simultaneously, NASA provides each citizen with many services via their satellite coverage for GPS system and cell phone coverage. Furthermore, they provide satellites which monitor defense systems for America. To quote Dr. Griffin, "The unmanned portion of our space program justifies itself," end quote. Dr. Griffin also stresses the importance of the moon. He says the moon is important because it holds the secret to the Earth-Moon system and possibly the foundation of the universe. Furthermore, the moon has many natural resources such as liquid oxygen. Liquid oxygen can be extracted from the Earth's soils and used as propellant back on Earth for future lunar exploration. Furthermore, we could establish solar arrays on the moon, which would draw in energy from the sun that can be beamed back to Earth. It can also be used on the moon to power future lunar sites. In addition, the moon is a stepping stone for the journey to Mars. In conclusion, we have an ongoing debate regarding whether or not we should send manned missions to moon. The determining factor in this debate will be whether or not NASA has the ability to receive funds from the government. I believe that NASA should be able to send manned missions to the moon because without man on the moon, they will not be able to repair technology if it goes down. For example, if satellites orbiting Earth were to fail, we will have to put man in space in order to repair these systems. Also, if technology on the moon fails, we will have to have man there in order to fix those technological problems. In conclusion, exploring the moon will create peace among nations, have positive economic possibilities, and surely reveal new scientific data. And in conclusion, it is highly probable that someday man will have to leave Earth and venture out into the solar system. Let us start preparing for that day today.